Welcome back to another edition of SNG Now, the short weekly show that we do to show you life around the studio and all the wonderful projects we're working on here. Yeah, I'm sitting right now at our podcast station that Mary has built and put together and shopped and bought all the components for and tested and just got all this stuff working beautifully. We just did our first podcast on this system this week. We can be found on iTunes, and what you want to look for is SNG Now on iTunes, and you will find our podcast there. We've done 3 of them so far, and we're still in the learning process, but we have a lot of great guests that are going to be here, and I can drop some names a little bit. And the first one up here next will be Paul Gentry, my longtime friend since 1974. Of course, he shot with Dave Allen, myself, and Neill the opening scene in Laser Blast. Paul has a very colorful career. He's worked on a lot of big movies since then, and working on Laser Blast and the Crater Lake Monster, which he DP'd, really kicked off his career. In fact, Crater Lake Monster was one of my first movies that I ever worked on, and that was thanks to Rick Baker, who hooked me up with Bill Stromberg. And then I knew Paul, I knew he was a good photographer, and I recommended him, I believe, as the camera assistant, and eventually became the DP for the show. So we'll be talking about all kinds of stuff like that, and old times, how we met, going to Roger Heisman's house and playing on the shuttlecraft Galileo, the full-size one that was restored recently, and all kinds of cool stuff like that. So we're also going to have Doug Drexler up here pretty soon, and Rick Sternbach, and Michael Okuda, and a lot of great names like that. So, and I'm even going to get Andy Probert to do a Skype interview. So a lot of people from Star Trek, Darren Doctorman, neat stuff. So, and we're also going to do podcasts about other subject matters too. Not all Star Trek movies and models, because this is Mary's show. This was her idea. So there'll be lots of stuff around the community here in Ventura and so on and so forth. It's going to be great and really endless amount of material to cover right here on this wonderful setup, which is really, really cool. So let's go downstairs and see what's going on down there. So if you're a patron of our Patreon SNG Now or SNG account, there's the link. We do this all the time. It's $3 a month, 10 cents a day. You'll have access to all kinds of great shows that we're doing on everything from building a radio-controlled Seaview to building the Discovery from Mobius to scratch building a 100-inch wingspan glider. And in fact, down here is the fuselage, which is all fiberglassed and wood built, and I'm just getting it all preened right now. This is my fourth pass on this, and it's getting very smooth, and soon we'll be ready to paint a high gloss white. The rest of it's going to be white and red, the plane. So we got that going on. We do all kinds of stuff. We do build creatures such as Moonwatcher from 2001 and the Star Child and all kinds of cool prosthetics and things like that. You can have access to all that. You can learn the craft. You can learn from the videos how to make everything from costumes to props. So in addition to that, our feature in-depth, we call them in-depth, and these are the shows that only people who pay $3 a month and up can have access to, and the articles about them. Well, do you recognize this? 40 years ago, I was in a movie called Laser Blast, and I made the props, I did the makeup, and of course the film's been re-released lately on Blu-ray, and there's been a lot of buzz about it. I have a lot of people who love this film, and they've been encouraging me to build the Laser Blast gun that I built all those years ago. And this is the beginning of the masters for it. Eventually all this stuff gets taken apart, and molds get made, and fiberglass, everything will be fiberglass and cast plastic parts and stuff. But you'll get to watch how all that's done if you become a member of Patreon SNG, right there. And you can watch this historic piece of B-picture sci-fi movie being made. And we're also going to do the makeup, and we're going to do the amulet, and I'm going to put the makeup back on, and Neill's going to come put it on me just like she did 40 years ago, and it's going to be a great show. So that's one of the other things we're doing right now. Now, also in here, I know I've said this so many times in the show, we finished the movie. What movie? But Something Is There. Go look it up. ButSomethingIsThere.net. There's a blog. We're on Facebook. And Isaac's sitting here watching the credits you see going by there. We've been rendering this for almost 5 hours now, right? Plus last night we had a hiccup, and this is it. So this is the film being rendered, so we could do a pre-screening tomorrow, where we're going to be screening it a week from tomorrow. So that's it's been an amazing 2-year journey, right, Isaac? Okay.
Good times.
Good times, yes. Now, every month we have a drawing, and one of our patrons is eligible to be in the drawing to get a gift from us at SNG. And sometimes it's a model, sometimes it's a built model that I've built, sometimes it's something from my collection, Spock ears. You never know what it's going to be. So let's go make the drawing. So this month we're giving away an AMT TOS Enterprise Cutaway model. This has never been opened. It's still in the original box, and it's a pretty cool model. And you know, it's got the interior in it, and this is one of the ones where AMT got the model pretty correct to the original. And I have one too. So, but I had two. So I thought one of you out there would love to get this. I know I would. I love getting models. I never win anything. So let's find out who did win something by doing a drawing.
Let me pick.
Well, I'll stir it up first.
Okay, you stir it
Okay.
up.
Okay. Now you stir up some more.
There I go.
Stir up some more.
Okay. Rosie announced it.
Did she? Oh. Okay. Charles Babbage. I know that name. You've been watching the show for a very, very long time, I believe, and you just won this prize from SNG. And thank you so much for being a supporter of our Patreon account and of our shows, and being a follower of ours for a very long time. So congratulations. That pretty much wraps it up. In fact, it does wrap it up for this week. We're all a little punchy around here because we've been working pretty nonstop on the film, and we're in the closing days, the closing day of finishing it and being able to pre-screen it tomorrow. Yes. So we'll see you next week. Don't forget, we at SNG love you a whole bunch, and we really appreciate your support.